Welcome to your par. Now, this is all about helping you to become more effective, more consistent on the golf course. Anything we can do to take pressure off you, to get you thinking clearly, to get you thinking logically, is going to really help your game. So one of the first things we want to be able to do for you is stop you making silly mistakes, illogical decisions. So you'll be surprised how many shots are wasted when people take on decisions that literally just don't make any sense. So this is one of my very best tips or pieces of strategy that I can give you that is going to really help you to think more, if you like, professionally and linked into where you are with your game. So this is called your par, and basically what we're going to work out now is effectively how we use your handicap correctly when you're on the course. So what I would like you to do is, as we go through this, you will see a scorecard now on your right hand side. Now, your scorecard for whatever club perhaps you're a member at, or whatever club that you are playing at. Now, what we want to do here is we want to use this card to help us perform well. So we're going to sort of manufacture this card to be, if you like, a little bit like a tour caddy for us. So how are we going to do that? Well, the first thing we want to do, we're playing in the Carl Watts Golf Open. Player A is the consistent player, so this is you, and your handicap, you'll see up here, is scratch. Now, why would I say your handicap is scratch? Because, you know, where we talk about handicap, let's pretend that your handicap is actually 18. You'll see there it says strokes received 18. But we actually want you to think like a scratch player. We don't want you thinking having shots. So hence we have to now subtly change this card to accommodate that. So we want you to start playing to, as it says on here, your par. So the first thing I would like you to do when you've got your scorecard is this. You'll see on the first hole, I've just changed the first hole to a par 5. Let me just do that again. So it says a par 4. I've just changed it to a par 5. I'm going to change the par 3 second to a par 4, the third to a par 5, the fourth to a par 6, and so on. So I'm going to change all the pars of my 9, and then I'm going to change the total. So yes, my handicap is 18, and on the front 9 I have 9 shots. However, our par is 44 as an 18 handicap, and those are the pars of those holes. Now we're then going to do the same for the back 9 and change all the pars, change the totals, and now I have an 89 total, 45 out, 44 back. That is my par. So what we're trying to do here is get you to look at this hole and speak in your language, not Rory McIlroy's language or any other tour professional that there is out there. So we want to be talking in your language. You want to be looking at this scorecard and assessing the golf course you're playing into your par and speaking in your language. So let's say we've had a round of golf now. I've just put in my scores. You can see down here, and what we've got is all the scores. So, for instance, on the first, took a 5, the second, a 3, the third, a 6, and so on. So, once you've got your scores, what we actually want you to be able to do here is actually now start. This is where we're going to get you to think in your par again. So, what I've ringed here is your birdies. Okay, so you've made a birdie on the 2nd, the 5th, the 7th, the 15th, and the 18th. Now, if we were talking in Rory's par, your birdie on the 7th, for instance, would be classed as a par. However, it isn't. It's a birdie. And to speak in your language to your par means you've made a birdie. Now we need you to do that, and it sounds ridiculous to do it, but I promise you, from the psychology of the game and from how you then plan your shots and create a good strategy, it is enormously helpful. So get used to talking your language. So when you finish a round of golf, like in this round today, for instance, I'm playing off 18 handicap. I made 5 birdies. I am feeling pretty damn good about myself. However, if that is just 5 pars, it won't have the same impact on you mentally and emotionally and with your confidence and so on. So remember, you're not Rory McIlroy, so stop talking in his language. Change it to yours. Now, this also is the same for eagles, for instance. So your eagles. So on the 12th, I made a 4, which in Rory's language is a birdie, but in my language as an 18 handicapper, or in perhaps your language, it is an eagle, which is very, very cool. So again, in this round so far, I've got 5 birdies, I've got 1 eagle. I'm feeling a lot better than 5 pars and 1 birdie. So just see where this psychology and how it will then impact how you potentially play the course and what sort of strategy you can use. Now that also then applies to your bogeys. Yep, your 1 over pars on holes. So for instance, on the 3rd hole, we took a 6, or I took a 6, you took a 6. It is a par 5 for you, a par 4 for Rory. Now, what that means again, instead of sitting there going, oh, crumbs, I took a double bogey, as into Rory's par 4, what you did, actually, you just bogeyed the hole. This happens, and it happens a lot. Doesn't matter what level of play you are. So get used to talking in your language. You'll see here today, I had 5 bogeys. Now, they, again, in Rory's language, it's 5 doubles. It feels a lot worse. But remember, you're not Rory. This card is a reflection of where you are with your game. It is not about you being able to stand there and go, I am going to play to Rory's par. Right? So one of the key things, again, change your par. Your handicap is scratch then. So when someone says, what's your handicap? You go, hey, I play off scratch. And they're like, crumbs, what happened? Well, actually, the par of this course for me is 89. And you'll see as you go down here, again, your par is 89, like I've just mentioned, and your handicap is scratch, and you scored -1 today. You shot 1 under. Yep, so that's a gross 1 under for you and your par. Now, as I said, if you can, you don't have to play to Rory's handicap. If he's marking your card, right, you are playing to your handicap. You will think along your game, along your strategy. This will help you enormously. It will help you to then sign this card as a consistent player. Now, as you improve and your par becomes lower, so your par at the moment, 18 handicap, is 89, which means you play off scratch, off par of 89. Slowly but surely, your par of the course will become 88 or 87 or 86, and your strategy and the way you approach the game will slightly change. So, I hope you have found that very helpful. I promise you, if you can change your mentality on your par, it will have a huge impact on your consistency as a player, your enjoyment, and when you come in and start talking about how many birdies or eagles or pars you've made on that day relative to you, you will then get that kick of confidence moving forward to your next rounds. So I hope that's helped. Remember, you're not Rory, you are you. You play off scratch. This is your par, and really get used to doing that. So let me just move this for us here. There we go. So join the community. So what I would like for you to do, if you've loved this video, so come along and let me just click on here. So on YouTube, you're going to get lots of videos like the one you're watching. They come in, we're doing 1 a day. We're actually going to be doing 3 a day very, very soon. Now, on Facebook, you can follow me on Facebook at Carl Watts Golf. So there's lots of tips coming through each and every day. On Facebook, we do a daily lesson live, and that is every Monday to Friday from 9 o'clock, from 7 o'clock in the evening to just 10 past 7. It's only 10, maybe 15 minutes sometimes. But it's all about answering your questions and just giving you some tips about that you can take onto the course immediately. And finally, we're on Instagram as well. So if you've got any questions, please email me, and I will look to either create a video to answer your question or to take it onto the daily lesson live. So I hope you have enjoyed your par. Please like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and press the bell for notifications, and as soon as these videos come up, we will help you to keep improving your game and taking it to another level. So just always remember, you are only 1 tip away.